So I've been asked a few times in the past, how do I get my clowns, or how do I into my enemies? Technically you say clowns hosting the enemies, it's the other way around, it's the enemies hosting the clowns, but how does that happen? Answer, I'm not really sure. I did it one way, I can't guarantee it'll work for anyone else, but it did work for me. Obviously, very happy up there. I've got Orange, who I've had for years. She moved in to those enemies long ago, and then Squash is technically Squash Mark 2, joined her when we introduced him. So how do I go about getting them in there? Well, the method I took, let's go finding them now because they are deep in there. There's Squash. So the method I took was I introduced the clowns into my tank, and they did what clowns normally do, which is go and hang around the overflow, or find somewhere else. Normally it's overflow with clowns in my experience, but it could be somewhere else. But yeah, they'll move into your tank, they'll find their spot, and that's where they'll sit. And then I built the big rock tower. So I got some anemones, got them to attach to some rocks, and then I built up a tower of rock that reached up to wherever the clowns were living at the time, and then I put the anemones on the top of it. And then waited, and it took forever. Like, ridiculous amount of time, months. But eventually, she just moved over. And she's been in there ever since. And once they're in, they never want to be anywhere else. So yeah, that's how I did it. Just settle the clowns into wherever it is they want to be, and then put the enemies right in their face until they actually figure it out. Because these are not their natural anemone to live in. Honestly, don't know what the natural ones are for these types of clowns, but they will go in if they find opportunity. And she loves it up there. That is her home. And I think it keeps her less aggressive and more chilled out. She's very calm. She doesn't bother anyone. She's happy in her little tower of solitude, being left alone with her mini husband, wherever he's gone at the moment. Yeah, I love natural behaviour in my tanks. I love seeing it. I think I wouldn't want clowns that weren't hosting anemones. The same with the these guys. They, in the evenings, they love to move into this big stylo, and they live in there, and it's gorgeous. Lovely to see it. Natural behaviour should be encouraged in a reef tank, I think.